What's up PPs, aka plant peoples? So today I'm releasing the video for my top 5 most difficult philodendrons. It's going to be a very short video because it's very depressing to see how sad the plants look. It's also, excuse the lack of enthusiasm just because they aren't my most favorite plants and it's not the most exciting video to make, to be honest. But I hope you enjoy this quick video. I will be releasing another video quite shortly after, once I'm done editing, and then yeah, I hope you enjoy this video regardless and give you a little bit of insight on how these plants grow. And Happy New Year! Alright, so I do apologize for the poor lighting quality. Here we have the Philodendron glorious. I first got this plant from North Shore Tropicals. It had 2 giant leaves, and then obviously those were like the bottom cuts, so the next like emergent leaf were much smaller. I did get it to size up a little bit, but it started doing this weird melanochrysum thing where either the leaf gets stuck in like sheath or like cataphyll, and then it just doesn't fully develop properly. So I took the top cutting of it, and right now it is growing. I did root it in water. You won't see any roots here because I recently put it into pond. But yeah, it would just do these like weird wonky growths, and it does get a little leggy. I do have it on a pole. Excuse me. And maybe it's because I don't keep the pole wet, but I'll show you the full plant. So this is the plant here. It's just by my entrance here. I ripped off the ones where it just didn't grow well. I mean, it is a lovely plant, but I just like, it really reminded me of the Milano, and I just don't like the Milano. It hasn't really done anything. A little dry here, but it is in moss, just in the dark there. I don't know if you can see. I was trying to sell this plant, but it doesn't look like anyone wants it, so I don't know. But the main concern is that it's just not really sizing up as how I want it to be. Yes, given the fact that I haven't extended the pole and I don't keep it moist enough, just because our place is quite dry. So I think a lot of it is on my end that is stopping this plant from reaching its full potential. But yeah, I just don't like how the leaves just stop like developing, or it'll like unfurl halfway and it'll just get all crispy on the end. So it scares me because it reminds me of like thrips, what it can do to a leaf. So yeah, that's the Philodendron glorious. So I know this because I cut this while it's trying to push out a new leaf. The growth will be stunted, but hopefully I can get this up on a pole as it's more of a manageable height, and then we'll see from there. Next one I have here is the Philodendron BRANDTIANUM. So I first got this one from Equiflora, I think, or Equigenera. It came with a really big stem. I did chop it up thinking that I could propagate it, but no, I dried it up in a box, and then so it did have a little bit of root rot, and I just re-rooted everything. It's still in perlite. See the roots there. It's just starting to get leggy. I think it's me again with not putting this on a pole, but it's the new leaf is starting to do this, and it's getting quite annoying. And then also the leaves, I thought it had thrips maybe, but it's drying up. The conditions for this one is sitting in at 80% in the rootstock cabinet. So I don't know. I'm trying to get rid of all of these. But it's got great aerial roots though. Look at how fuzzy they are. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. This is the Philodendron VERRUCOSUM. Honestly, this was such a pain. I got it as a top cutting and it died, and then it just kept sprouting from the auxiliary buds of whatever chunk it was. So this is the result of neglect, and it's pretty good. So I don't know how I feel towards this one, but I mean, I'll give it a chance. I don't know if I want to take it back to my place because it's quite dry there. This is just like left at my parents' place. It is in pond. I don't really see much root action going on, so I don't even know what's going on with this plant. Philodendron verrucosum. It's quite lovely though. I mean, I really enjoy the back of it, the back seal. I don't know. Feast your eyes on the star of the show. This is my magnificent philodendron melanochrysum. I didn't bother taking a video of this because, as you can see, it looks very sad, given the fact that I have neglected this plant and it's still surviving, which is pretty good. It's in soil mixed with a lot of perlite, and it is in normal room conditions. This plant has seen it all. It had thrips, it's just dried up before, and everything that you can imagine. But it's still surviving, which is pretty good. I think I could have given it a little bit better of a care, but right now it's just sitting at my parents' place, living, surviving. Yeah, I might decide to chop this up a little bit later. The problem with this plant is that it either gets stuck in its caterpillar all the time, or it just has underdeveloped leaves, and with this one it just had thrips multiple times, and I just don't know how to size up this plant even with like humidity. I've had it on a pole before, but it just didn't seem to do, or it just didn't seem to like anything that I did for it. I truly respect and give props to those who can actually size up this plant and just have it grow into this big, amazing, velvety plant. Yeah, but for me, it's just not the case. It's really too bad I gave up on this plant because it was one of the first few that I really wanted in my collection, and now it's pretty much just being neglected. This is actually one of the plants that I do not recommend as a beginner. Okay, last one I have here is the Philodendron SODIRINI. I bought this one off Shireen. It is in pond. It's also in my Rosetta cabinet, sitting at 80% humidity. So as you can see here, it's still in the stages where it will grow out of a sheath, not a caterpillar. The problem with these ones is that at this maturity rate, I guess the pre-teenage stage or a naive sort of specimen, it doesn't grow too well. Even though it's in high humidity, it still gets stuck in the sheath, and then you have to release it. So it takes a lot of time and patience with this one, but once it gets more mature, it will change into a caterpillar and then grow a little bit better. But if you don't have the time to take care of this one, I wouldn't recommend it. I'm losing patience with it as well. And also I do kind of neglect it, so I feel a little bit bad. I will try to put this up in a pole to get some size up on the leaves. So this concludes my video. For those who stuck around, I am so thankful for you, and I thank you, because I know this video wasn't the greatest and it's kind of boring, but thank you for sticking by. I hope this video gave you some insights on what kind of philodendrons that you may want to consider when you're purchasing. Again, these might not be difficult for you to take care of, but in my experience, these were the ones that really gave me a struggle and a run for my money. So I hope you had a wonderful New Year, a wonderful Christmas, and I hope that you will enjoy my next video. Please remember to subscribe, comment, like, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.